Welcome back, City Skylines players and fans, to Capital City. We are still working on the airport here, and the last video what we did was we connected the center roundabout to the terminal roads that connected all the airport terminals. Built all these exit ramps. If you want to see that, check out the last video there. What we're going to do today, we are going to fill in this area here and build a basically a bus terminal or a bus stop here with a building in here, and then we're going to connect it to a walkway, which I think will actually be the video after this, and we're going to connect it to a skyway that's going to walk across this road and connect down into this area here. So that way people will be able to get off the bus and then walk over there to that area. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. Now what we're going to need to do is I decided the building that we're going to put in here is this pyramid building, and I'm not really sure. It's Prism, P-R-I-S-M is the description of it, and I'm not really sure if it's a real building or if it's something that somebody's made up. I believe it's just something that somebody's just created on the workshop, but I absolutely love it, so we are going to use it. Try to get that as centered as possible. I don't think that's going to be possible because that road's there, which is fine. So what we'll do is just lock it in place, and then just move it with move it, because we are going to make it a procedural object anyway. It's normally a I believe it is commercial. I believe it is a commercial building. No, it's set up as a park, but obviously with mods you can turn that into whatever you want. Alright, we are going to do a procedural object because of the distance from the road, and really don't need any more commercial in this area, so we are just going to do a procedural object. So what we'll do, we'll put that right about there. Go ahead and switch it to a procedural object. I'm going to drop it down, because I don't want any of that other stuff there that's below this line here. And then ground level. And we're going to get this right back on this grass and pretty even with this road, which it is. Alright, good deal. So we got that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw a one-way bus road around this pyramid. Actually, what we're going to do first is we will go ahead and put in port road. Spell elevated road, obviously, if you're doing it at an elevated level. I think we're actually, where are we at here? 33 feet, I'm not sure what that translates to, but we'll go up 10 meters here, and then we'll run this across the back. And by using this, you're able to put bus stops on this road because it works with the airport. And you're able to actually put the bus stops on there. And you'll see we're going to run a across there. do this, and then we'll have to clean it up here in a minute. Alright, looks like this side's the only side that worked well. So we'll have to clean up the rest of the sides here. So drop that in right there. Drop that in right there. And pull this out here. I know, precision work, right? But sometimes your eye can work just as well as using the math. There we go. And let's see, yeah, that is the right altitude. So what we want to do, we want to come off of this area right here. There we go. And then we'll get rid of all the surplus. Obviously do a little correction here. There we go. Go in here. Change that. Alright. Now I'm going to use the no controller and convert this. Let's do 20. And let's go a little bit bigger. Let's go 25, yeah. And then use the intersection marking tool to draw the lines in here. Probably could have left it as a dotted line. It probably would have been alright, or a dashed line. But go ahead and make it solid just to be on the safe side. And then there we go. Hit Control Shift, and it changes it to the fillers, which are these little dots. You have to put the lines in first to establish a perimeter, and then you can hit Control Shift F, and it allows you to use these different fillers. I did make a tutorial video on that if you want to check that out. I'm going to do pavement, and there we go. So I think that looks good there. I might tweak these corners a little bit. But I think that looks fairly well there. Fairly good. Obviously we'll put a pillar in here. Looks like, yeah, that pillar there should work just fine. Yeah. So we'll put that in there. And what we'll do here is, this is still the center road. I'll go ahead and move that. Actually, I could probably take that out. Because I have this one here. I have these two. So I could probably take that out if I wanted to. I will leave it for just a little longer until because there's going to be another building that's going to go in there. And then what I want to do here is I want to take this plain road. It comes with network extensions, I believe. Yeah, network extensions or network extension 2 or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and come off this road at a straight line. And this is exactly 4 units or 4 cells from these. So I want to drop these this grassland in this other side here. So I want to do the same thing here. I probably should have. Yeah, that's fine. And then obviously go in and put those in. That one I may have to tweak. And these, I think we're going to have to use some decals on those. But we'll figure that out. There we go. Just like that. Yeah. So obviously we want to go in and get rid of excess road right here. And right here. And then take the paint. Just fill this in. Go ahead and just fill all this in. There. Yeah, we'll fill all that in there. Yeah. And then we have some, see if we can do this with move it right here. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I think we're going to have to use the decals on this. Yeah. So go into decals. Looking for this grass here. And of course we need to change it to individual. Single. And then you can cover this up using that. It's the same exact texture as these part pieces. It takes longer to do this, which is the reason why I don't use it. Not to mention, I think there is a limit to the number of decals you can use. Um, I've never even come close to reaching that limit, but I think there is a limit. So there we go. That looks great. Yeah, I like that. Looks pretty good there. So next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take a monument, the Washington Monument that I downloaded off the workshop. And there are multiple ones. This one is just called Washington Obelisk. I think there's several of them on the workshop, but this one doesn't have. I don't think this one has all the flags and everything around it like the real monument has. But I want to convert this into a procedural object. And move this to right here. And then oops, I probably should have never let that go. But we can still grab it this way. There we go. We'll make sure that that's exactly centered. Yeah. And then, because of the height, I mean, it's not real tall, but it's still kind of taller than I want it to be. I'm going to drop it down. And which is the main reason I'm dropping it to making it a procedural object. Yeah, I need to move it over just a little bit. just a little bit. So it lines up with a point there. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the same height, but maybe that was the architect's plan, was to make it the same height as the pyramid there. Alright, now what we're going to do is, I've got another building here that I'm going to put in. That, just kind of do everything live. I kind of think about what I'm going to do in my head and then kind of get on here and do it. But I did kind of plan this out a little bit ahead of time because there's a couple of special things that I'm wanting to do with the walkway and everything. So I had to kind of make sure that it was going to work. So what we're going to put this building in. Single. There we go. We have to put a fake road in here to get this to correctly. Well, that's okay. We'll just swing this around to this side. There. I want it to kind of match the circle. There. So before I forget, I want to go traffic and ban all vehicles on that road. And then we'll ban all vehicles on this road. And ban all vehicles on this road. Now that might cause a problem. Maybe because of trash and emergency services and employees and everything. Well, it's set up as a park, but we'll see if that's the case. I may do something else here, but I'm wanting to now. Okay, now what we're gonna do? We're gonna start that walkway. I'm not gonna finish it, but I think we're gonna start that. That looks very nice like that. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna connect a walkway from this what will be a bus stop over here. Connect that all the way across here and come down right in the middle of this little plaza. And I think before we get too far along, I want to make sure that these walls will. Let's go ahead and that. And now we'll switch that. This walkway here. So that makes it invisible, and that works perfectly there. I think those two will work. I'll have to see what we're going to do. I'm going to take one of these, the passes. Now they come into several different sizes, a 15 meter, 19, 25, 32, and 35. And what they are, they're designed to, we're going to use the 15. What they're designed to do is they work like elevators. Yeah, 15 is what we're going to use. And they have, well, I'm going to plot this one down and show you, and then I'll show you a trick here that I figured out earlier. They have a pedestrian connection at the top on this side, and then they have a pedestrian connection on the bottom on this side. And I don't think there's any doors. Yeah, there's no doors down here, I don't believe. I don't think there's any doors down here. You could easily put those in there if you wanted to. Just pull that out of there. But what you do is you take your pedestrian connection, use this one, and the pathway here, and you could easily connect it to I've got it on. Easily connected to the top, and then you just connect it to the bottom. And that's a bad example at the bottom because of the there. But that's connected to the bottom. So the citizens will actually walk down this pathway, and then they'll go into this building on this side, and then come down, and then they'll come out of here. And the same way, they'll walk in this way, come down, go in this side, and then come up, and then come out this way. So it really works like a real true elevator. And I think the way it's set up in there, I think there's like a connection where it drops down like a short something like this, and of course you don't see it inside the building there, and of course the citizens are just going to treat that as they're just going to go zoop and then go right up and then go right over. I think is how that works in there. But it's all designed for you. It's all set up for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to mess with it. But it's called strand. And they're designed to be put on opposite sides of the roads. But we're going to do a couple other things with them. And one thing I did learn on these, if you choose to move them with Move It, you have to make sure that you place them in the right direction. Because if you try to rotate them, it messes up the pathway. See how that is kind of at a weird angle. And then if you go to put a pathway in there, it messes it up. So what you need to do is the angle that you want to use. That's the reason why I left this road in. You know that it's at the same angle that you're wanting to use it. So, I don't think that we're going to need these roads this direction any longer. I think all we needed was that 90-degree there. I think we're good to go. So I'll go ahead and put that 15 degree in as close to the middle as we possibly can. We'll see if that's going to be tall enough. I have to actually go with the 19. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to go with the 19. Maybe even taller than that. So let's go ahead and go with 19. See if that one works. Nope. So we'll go with 25. 25 definitely should. I think that was taller than 25 meters. Yeah. Guess I should have done the math on this part, but did not. Alright, so that works. So what we need to do is we need to line this up, and because it's already facing the right direction, we can move this all we want. It's not a big deal. We can move it up just as long as we're moving horizontal here. Get this node right in the middle. That, alright. And then we're going to try to line this up as close to the middle as possible. That right there. Right. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and take this. It should come off there right at a straight angle. And I'm not exactly straight, but that's okay. We'll fix it here. Yeah, let's see if we can get this fixed. Not, we will have to just. We're just going to have to fix it on this side, which we will. So we'll fix that on this side. Now, this is going to be a little tricky because on this side, people come out on the top, and on this side, people come out on the bottom. So I do have a way that I'm going to fix that, but that's going to be the next video because it's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of trial and error, and I try to keep these videos right at about 30 minutes. So I'll do that on the other video. Alright, now what we're going to do here is, let's go ahead and try to get this one in the middle. Yeah. So that works pretty good. Looks, I thought it was lined up, but maybe it's not. Matter of perspective, to be slightly off. Extremely off there. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to put in the 25 meter side. So let me put that in over here. It just has to be the same direction. Alright. That. That. Sitting in there. Centered in there. and you can tell these are straight. This is a little crooked because there's this little area there, whereas if you straighten it out, that disappears. So that's relatively straight on there. And then what we can do is go ahead and try to connect this bottom to this. And I'm hoping that worked. Oh, check that. I guess we can erase all this concrete and put it back. See if that... Oh, it erased those other two. Okay, see, that's what I was afraid of. Those other two are no longer there. So that's an easy enough fix. We'll just go in with... Actually, we don't have... So we're just going there. The other two here, and we'll just connect it here. That works. And then if we wanted to, we could leave that like that, maybe put some curves in, some planers in, something like that. But I think I'm still going to fill this in with concrete. I don't know. I may change that later. I'm still going to fill it in right now just to have that done. Now, in theory, what they're going to do is, once we get this section done over here, they're going to get off the bus here. This little contraption I'm going to make right there. And they're going to come out these doors. They're going to walk all the way across here. This, drop down, and then come down. And then cross over into any of these. Now, I'm thinking that we should be able to connect it to the top. This, I don't think that's going to look correct. Yeah. See, that's not going to look right there because it won't actually connect to that node. I don't think that'll work down this direction either. So it's just going to have to be the bottom only. But if they go into the to the bottom part of the airport there, they could always take an elevator, an escalator, or stairs up to the top floor there. I may work on a solution for that, but I hadn't really thought about it until just now. So we'll work on it. Another thing I'm going to do, go ahead and take this over, put another one there, and right here. Either connecting to the top of the building or going all the way through the building. To be honest, it wouldn't need to go all the way through the building. It's just a walkway. It's not anything that would require that much support. Easily be supported by the beams that hold the roof up. Alright. Well, thank you very much. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave those in the comments. Hit that like button if you like the content. Hit that subscribe button. We need some subscribers for the channel. And stay tuned for the next video here. I will finish this up. And we're going to move on to another section of the airport here. We're just filling in these empty spaces and putting in more buildings and landscaping and everything to complete the to complete the airport project. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for your time.